Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this new tutorial we'll start with the C#. I will do my best to be from absolute zero. I will try to do my best to explain every detail, whatever what we do. But before we started, as you know that everybody start with the console application, and then all you see like a black screen all the time. You really don't know for what you are doing this one, because when we think about the C#, we usually think that like any application, any with user interface and with professional view. But first I just want to show you three of them how we do that. I will not explain how I will do, just look at it, and I will give a little bit detail. At least you'll not think all the time while we are doing in console. You'll not question yourself about why you always keep seeing this black screen. And I just want to remove some question marks from your head. So let's first things, we'll start with the IDE. IDE means integrated development environments. It means that a program helps us to build a program. That's it. Basically like this. And IDE, it is what we use is Visual Studio. You can download from Visual Studio. You write on Google Visual Studio. And then what we downloaded from here, community, it is free one. You will download and install it. So this is what we use, and professional enterprise is you have to pay it if you want to use it, but this is more than enough for us. So let's go down and open our Visual Studio, and let's see, and this is the first screen. As you know that we are going to build projects, but in the projects, whenever we build, I want to show you in my these things I developed. I just take a screenshot. As you see that this is console application. You can write any algorithm or any program with the console, but there is no user interface. It means that like we cannot click a button or write inside the text box. Console application is simply when we run it, it flows from top to bottom, and when it's finished, and it stops. But Windows Form application is not like this. Once you open it, and when you click delete, it will delete. When you again click again, it will delete. It will never stop it. And this is the third one. This also WinForms, but with DevExpress. DevExpress is kind of extension you install on the Visual Studio. It looks your programs, your application is more professional. As you see that, I did this one. Visual Studio, DevExpress has own components, like own buttons, like simple buttons and text edit, text box, many of them. I will just simply try to create three of them. How we do it, very simple way. I just want to demonstrate, and then we'll start with the console. And I will say why we start with the console. Now let's go our Visual Studio and start here, create a new project. And here I start like a console app. Actually, there is like a two console. One is console app.NET framework. One is another one is for cross-platform. So what is .NET framework? What is cross-platform? This is cross-platform. As you see that if we build an application in console, that black screen, it will run in Linux, it will run Mac OS, and it will run in Windows and other operation system. But if we build application in console.NET framework, it will only work in Windows, not other operation system. For example, if you finish your project with the console and you try to run in Linux, it will not run. So that's why first we can start with the console app and with the cross-platform. Cross-platform, it means it can run in all other platforms. Let's choose the console application. As you see that here, this is console application. It will be viewed like this. I choose it and I say next. Here we write the name of our project. You can name any of our projects, and also whatever you name, your solution name, it will be the same things. Later on we'll just explain the solution in more details, but just for now that just understand this is like a it is let's say it is like a kind of a main container. All other projects, it will be in the name of that solution. For example, if you create a solution, we can create many of projects. For example, we can create a console application inside the solution, and we can create like Windows Form and DevExpress. All of them we can add inside one solution, single solution. So now let's say I call it like a console. Let's say console lesson 1, like this. I will not use the digits, and let's say next. And here I just because we have like a .NET 6 and .NET 5, but I want to use .NET 5 because .NET 6, if I create a project, the page it will completely empty, so we don't have like a method and other codings that I'm going to explain you. So that's why for now I choose the .NET 5 and then I say create. We'll just wait for Visual Studio. As you see that it is functioning. So here, just look at it. I want to demonstrate to you. For example, I will explain everything in more detail. Just I want to write something here. Welcome to console. So I just want to run the application. As you see, that is running. This is our console. We will be working with this one for a lot. So now, if we go there, so what is Windows Form? Let's create a Windows Form application from Solution Explorer, and here on Solution. You have to be careful because I told you like solution is like a main container. It holds all projects, many projects. You can put like 1,000 project here. I right click here. I just add and I say new project, and here I choose Windows Form. This is also cross-platform. We have a .NET, but I choose cross-platform because this application it will work in all operation system. I say next. Let's say Windows app. I just Windows app 1, and I say next, and I choose 5. Let's see. Let us say 5. And just wait for it. So as you see that we have this screen, I just go to toolbox. Here I just want to show you. I will not explain because later I will explain in more detail. For example, here I just put a label and another label and one button and another button, and I need text box. Let's see, where is the text box? There. And let's copy this one also. For example, here I just change the name. I say username. Just I want you to watch it. And password. Do like this. Just resize my form and just name this one also. I come here from text. I say access, and I write exit. So now I go to the solution. As I told you, like a solution it contains many projects. For example, if I run it, my console will run. But if I want to run my Windows app, I right click on Windows app one. I say set as a startup project. So now if I run it, this application it will be run. As you see that, like you access, it's like Windows, you know. So Windows Form is created like this also. Of course, this is just I demonstrate you. We can create a more professional. And now let's the third one. It is with DevExpress. Just we'll create like this buttons. I want to show you how it looks cooler. So I come to Solution Explorer, right on the solution. I say add new project, and here I choose Windows Forms cross-platform, and I write here this name of my project. Sorry, I say DevExpress 1, and I say next. Let it be chosen 5. Create. Then I come DevExpress. I just remove this form 1, and I right click on DevExpress 1, add DevExpress, a new item, and then I choose the ribbon form here, and I call it form 1, and then I say add item. It didn't happen. Let me, sorry. So this is like our DevExpress. As you see that it is look like a professional. It's cooler. For example, here I can change. I can change the skin and everything here. For example, let's this application. I write it. For example, students. Just look at it. How it is getting done cooler. I just hit right click. I say button 1, 2, 3, 4, just for demonstration. Here I write insert, and then here I write update, and here I write delete, and here I write exit. Now I want to add image to distance in order to make like a looking cooler. So here for insert I choose this one, and let's go for update. I choose this one, and let's for delete I choose this one, and as for exits I choose this one. As you see that our program looking of course cooler, of course we can make it much more better. I just go to from properties, I make some modification in order to look cooler, how it is looking like. Just I do, because later I will explain everything whenever we reach this this DevExpress or Windows Form. Until then, I just want to show pause and hit it. And now let's run this program. And on DevExpress, I will set as startup projects, and let's run it. As you see that this is our DevExpress. As you see that it looks like more professional. So now we have to understand from the beginning how we create a console and how Windows Form and how it looks. If we want to make look more professional, we have to use DevExpress. So, of course, the people, whoever start with C sharp, they have to learn from the console, because the main reason thinks that, for example, if we don't learn from the console, if we come Windows Phone, for example, we have to know all these buttons and the properties and the events. We have to know additional these things. So on top of the C sharp, what we learn, we have to know these things, how it will function when we click it. So these things, it will get harder. That's why whoever start with the C sharp, first they go to for console application, because believe me, coding like more than maybe 90% are the same. Just what is difference regarding console? That black screen code is different, and for like a user interface button, these things are different. Otherwise, the language is the same. So that's why we have to start with the C sharp. So now we go our project Visual Studio. We say close, and let's say we save. And now we'll start with the new projects. Oh, this time, of course, with the console. I right click here, create new project. Or also we can go our console. Just I will delete these things. 1 minute. I will right click, go to the open folder, and then I will let me close this one and delete. And now I delete it and delete this one also. And let's create a new project. We'll right click here, create a new project, and we'll be choosing console app as cross-platform. We told it will work in all operation system, and I click next, and we say console lesson 1 as a previously, and our solution name also with the same, and I say next, and I choose .NET 5, and I say create. So now this is our console is created. This is our screen, and we go to the solution. We have like a dependency. This is our libraries. Later I will explain for what we are using. And we have a program CS. Program CS is this one. And mostly we'll be writing our code here, especially inside the main method. So now let's delete this one, and let me explain what is all these things. So this is our program. Whenever we start here, we have a like start without debugging, and we say this is just it starts, and this is without debugging, this is with debugging. So I will tell also the different why we do like with and without debugging. But the main things, I just want to start explaining what is this main and what is this program, what is this namespace. First, I want to start with the main. So in order to understand how this is, we call it ID, integrated development environment, or we can call it a compiler. If we want to understand like the C sharp, we have to think as a compile does, how it is functioning, how it is functioning in the logic. And if we understand this one, we will understand the logic of C sharp. So this is, whenever I start running, I like start without debugging, and I start my project, all the time, let me draw, all the time, whatever it does, compile just come and look for the main. Look for this main method. This is it called main method. Then it finds it. Then it's just this parenthesis. It just look like checking the codes line by line. For example, if we write piece of code, it will just check it and process it. Check it, process it until it comes here, and it will be end of our program. So it is like a flowing from top to button. So we can do like kind of this is line, or maybe 1 minute. We just click here and we have a line is something maybe like this, or arrow if we have it is better. Yes. The program, whenever we start it, it goes find a program class. Then from the program class, it find the main method. That then it just check and process all these codes inside the main. And when it reaches here, then the program is done. Then it is not like Windows application. So, for example, let's remove these things, put it down. For example, now I click here, start without debugging. As you see that, it's just nothing. Like to say, press any key to close. I enter, it close. It just keep showing me that black screen. So first we will start with the variable. So I will say what is variables and how it is functioning.